There has been too much violence, too much pain. None here without sin. But I have an honorable compromise. Just walk away. Give me the whole compound, and I spare you lives. Just walk away. I will give you safe passage in the wasteland. Just walk away, and there will be an end to the horror.
Hello, everybody. Guns Barbecue is out of town, so he left his chat slot unattended, and we snuck our way in. Hopefully, everybody's doing good out there. DJ was out there, gun websites, and Ozzy was barking at the moon. Hello. Figured we'd just come on, talk about food for maybe about an hour or so. Have some fun, have some laughs, and then see what happens.
I think Yankee's quirking us with the food chat.
Yeah, he starts at like 6. So.
Did you see his thumbnail though?
Yeah, I did. The ribs.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
Giz or Gary? I'll send you the link, Gary, if you want to jump in. As soon as I remember what I'm doing here. Ooh. So talk while I do this.
And we also have G23 with us tonight. How you doing, G23?
I am doing great. Thanks for the invite, and let's talk food.
Glad to have you. And we also have Candace with us tonight. How are you doing, Candace?
Doing all right.
Good.
Yeah, for once I've got G23 on one of my chats.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
A lot of begging. No.
He must have been bored. C&T Designs. Good afternoon, good evening. Let me get my YouTube chat up, and I'll throw out a poll.
So is the poll going to be, should we ban tomatoes?
I like tomatoes. I like cherry tomatoes are my favorite.
Tomatoes are the best fruit.
No. I mean, like, I'll eat salsa. I'll eat, pizza sauce and spaghetti sauce. But, like, just eating a tomato, that is, like, nasty. Nasty.
Have you ever had, the small cherry tomatoes?
I have grown cherry tomatoes or sweet 1000s. I have grown beefsteak tomatoes. I have grown Roma tomatoes. I have probably grown many different types of tomatoes and just give them away to people.
Do you not like the flavor, the texture? What about it don't you like?
The texture. And I don't like ketchup. For like 90% of the things, I don't like ketchup. Nope.
Barbecue sauce?
I do like barbecue sauce. I like pizza sauce, spaghetti sauce,
Okay.
and stuff like that. But no.
So you're not hopeless?
No. I just, like, people talk about fried green tomatoes. Yes. No. That just sounds nasty. Like, I'm not even going to give them a chance.
And it was an awful movie.
Never seen it.
Yeah, you're not missing anything. So I put out a poll: best breakfast food: eggs and bacon, pancakes or waffles. Oops, what did I put? Cold cereal or oatmeal. And I can only put 4 choices, so those are the ones I chose. The polls are open. Vote now.
Grits. I picked grits.
Grits are called grits for a reason. They're gritty.
Is this the healthy oatmeal or the good oatmeal?
Oatmeal in general.
Okay, good.
Is this the best tasting breakfast food or the most nutritionally dense breakfast food?
Don't make this more difficult than it's necessary. You can view this poll any way you wish to.
Okay, so pancakes and waffles. Well, let's go on this. Are you a drinker or are you a very light syrup person?
I'm in the middle. I don't like it too drippy. I don't like there to be extra when you're done. There shouldn't be a big puddle, I don't think. But if you don't have enough, then they can be kind of dry.
I'd rather have a stuffed crepe, if that counts as a pancake. Don't need syrup.
I would count that in the pancake category for
Filled up
this
with fruit.
poll. Yes.
Yeah.
I'll put a bit of olive oil over pancakes.
See, I put butter and peanut butter on my pancakes and then a very light amount of syrup because you don't really need a whole lot of syrup.
I'll use jam sometimes. It's either jam or syrup, but I never do both.
If I'm at a restaurant, I'll use their whole container. Even if I don't use it, I'll leave it on the plate. I don't care.
You chug it.
Yeah.
Do Live Moo. Good evening. I sent you a link if you want to jump in because this is normally your chat time.
Yeah, some strawberry jam on pancakes or waffles. That doesn't sound too bad.
New York Outcast.
Who was a spoiled kid growing up?
I was a poor kid growing up. Not Yankee Marshall dirt floor poor, but we was on the poor side.
Were you born as a poor black child?
Sharecropper? No, I was not. The Jerk is a great movie.
It's one of the best.
He hates these cans.
It's the only movie that made me want to join the circus.
Uh-oh. Moo's got a house full of people wrecking his toilet.
Oh, God.
So, I was definitely not a spoiled child. I think I've become more spoiled by my wife than I was ever even attempted to be spoiled by as a kid. So, if you want to blame anyone, Rob, just go ahead and blame the wife.
Yeah, I grew up. You got cereal 6 days a week. You got a hot meal on Sunday for breakfast.
3 hots in a cot.
I resemble that remark.
Yeah, you've done your time. You came out better on the other end, though.
Yep.
I'd have some buttered toast every morning before school growing up.
That's good.
Men a Tupperware.
Jam? No jam.
No jam.
I was so poor I got the breakfast at school. What are you talking about?
They serve breakfast at your school? Lucky.
Yeah, that was like weekends. I'd have toast and stuff. I got breakfast and lunch at school.
Actually, I don't think the breakfast started until I hit 5th grade. Yeah.
My bus would show up about 2 minutes before class starts. So that wasn't going to happen.
I lived too close to school to be able to ride the bus, so I had to walk to school.
Was it uphill both ways?
In the snow?
No. In the snow, yes, because where I grew up in eastern Washington, yeah, it was definitely in the snow.
Oh, yeah.
I lived probably about a mile from the school, but it was far enough where I did ride the bus. The one time I walked to school, I got to school, teacher looked at me and said, "What are you doing here? There's no school today." And then she gave me the homework that I missed and sent me home.
On a side tangent, since you brought it up, I don't think people understand how different Eastern Washington is from Western Washington.
Yeah,
it's crazy different.
Once you get over those mountains.
You know, well, I guess it depends on which mountain range you're talking about. Pretty much once you get past like Snoqualmie or Stevens
the Cascades.
Pass, once you get past those, you know, it's one way. But then once you get past, like, when you hit about George or right outside of like Cleellum heading east, then it's a whole different way also. I mean, it's like, it kind of gets really weird.
Beautiful, by the way.
It can be. Lake Cleellum, which I don't see how they call it Lake Cleellum when it's actually up in Ronald, is a whole different ball game. I'll give you that.
G-Webs has a top tip. You can use the perfection of a Glock frame to attract pigeons and rats, then throw the slide at them to get a free lunch. Snark and Sass, good to see you. Sergeant Joe Smith, PNW Woods. He's voting for the bacon. He likes to make bacon.
So, we'll take it back to food. How many people eat lingua?
Oh, don't start with your tongue. For the
I don't even know what that is.
It's cow tongue.
Yeah, no thanks.
He likes to every chance G23 gets, he brings up cow tongue.
It's food.
So are chitlins, but I'm not going to eat chitlins.
The best part of bacon is using the drippings to make other things.
Guy the comment also likes to be licked by his food.
Tell you.
What's the best thing you can make with bacon drippings?
Everything fried.
I wouldn't say.
Yeah, but what's your favorite?
Cake, probably.
Ooh,
pork rinds.
That's good.
Mandatory
I used to use
carry.
pork rinds as a dog treat.
That they do double as that.
It is kind of disconcerting when you find one with a nipple on it. Am I the only one that finds that weird? Am I the only one that's found a nipple pork rind?
I think so.
Okay.
So
if you flick it, does it get bigger?
I don't know. I gave them to the dog. She liked them.
Guy that comments says, "What about what's it? Cow stomach soup?" So menudo. He's talking about menudo.
I've had menudo lots of times. I had a friend when I lived in Eastern Washington that his wife was Filipino, so she'd make menudo. And since he would go hunting, it would be menudo with moose or elk or stuff like that. Wasn't bad.
Doesn't sound appetizing, but I could be wrong.
And no, guy that comment, I am not Mexican, but I grew up with a lot of Hispanic friends, and due to when my birthday is, it's a very religious holiday in Mexico, and so I got spoiled on my birthday. So I got whatever I wanted, food-wise.
So let me end the poll here, and we'll see.
I think we all know who won.
Yeah. But So, eggs and bacon was 61%. Pancakes or waffles, 16%. Oatmeal, 16%. Cold cereal, 5%. Eggs and bacon is kind of the American classic. So
Cold cereal.
I've got a friend who's a chef, and he is able to check in with us. He's going to do kind of our special report. So let me toss over to him for a second.
Okay, Tortley, you got this. Coming out, Tortley. Tortley? What's it? Hey, Tortley! No!
All right, it looks like he's having a little bit of trouble, so we'll check back with him later.
I can teach that guy a few lessons.
So, how about let's get another poll going here. Chit chat while I'm doing this.
What is your favorite live food to eat? So then you buy it live and then you cook it.
Buy it or
Or you can catch it,
okay.
like salmon.
Crab, lobster,
Yeah.
clams. I'm just gonna go general because to narrow it to one specific would be kind of really hard. I think seafood.
Fresh strawberries off the vine are good.
Yeah. I think I do salmon.
See, where I moved to now, I'm 90 minutes from the ocean, so I can get.
Oh, yeah.
I can go crabbing or, pretty much the entire year. There's just a few months, and they're not like linked together. It's just a couple months here and there where you can't crab. So,
What do they have down there? Dungeness?
Yeah, king crab, Dungeness, and then now they've gotten an invasive crab. So that one you can actually catch all year long.
Hopefully they're tasty.
So we've got a new poll up. Best lunch: grilled cheese, cheeseburger, soup, or sub sandwich.
See, he cheated. He didn't put bacon cheeseburger because he knew that would win.
Why didn't you put... I mean, everybody knows if you're going to have a grilled cheese, you got to have tomato soup. So it should have been grilled cheese and soup.
He split it. He split the vote.
I thought about I was going to put that at first, but then so I'm not doing combinations, so I just put the one. Otherwise, I would have put like soup and salad.
Is this a weekend lunch or a weekday lunch? Do I have to eat a sub sandwich and then work?
I know. Are we talking brunch? Are we talking lunch? Or is it just something quick that you're going to get while you're at work?
We have to know.
It's apply it however you wish to.
God damn it.
See, and I just admitted that I do like tomato soup. So there are certain tomatoes that I do like, but just not mainly raw tomatoes.
Do you eat tomato soup without the grilled cheese?
No.
I don't either. That's pretty much the only time I'll have tomato soup is when I have grilled cheese. And I'll say that's the only time I'd ever think about using American cheese is in a grilled cheese because it's not cheese.
I don't even use American in grilled cheese. You pepper jack, provolone, and some Gouda, some smoked Gouda. All three of those cheeses in there. The melting points are slightly different, so you got to time when you're adding your cheese. Turn out to be the best grilled cheese you'll ever have.
I usually just use cheddar.
You got to get the white American cheese from the deli. That's the key.
Guns and Barbecue was out there for a second, then he got scared. He's scared.
Carolina EDC is out in the crowd. And duck is delicious.
I'm not a huge fan.
You can mess duck up.
Only had it a couple times, and it was gamey when I had it. It's the same as like moose. If it's not prepared right, you're going to be tasting that moose for a couple days.
I like a good sub sandwich.
I do.
Those are great.
I like all the things I listed.
Homemade, or do you have a brand you buy?
Homemade, just throw on some lettuce and cucumber, olives.
Well, when I lived in Eastern Washington, I used to order Subway a lot because they had a redheaded delivery person.
Subway delivered?
They did in Pullman. And then I got into Quiznos for a while with the toasted.
Oh yeah, Quiznos. Man, we need Quiznos back.
And their bread bowl, broccoli soup in the bread bowl was really good.
So we should talk more about some menudo, lingua, and tripe. Since we got Two Live Moo on, everything that has to do with cow. Oh, he's gone. He's like, I'm out of here.
You scared him. Yeah.
I definitely didn't just kick him.
Did you kick him on accident?
Maybe.
Moo, come back. It was an accident. Baby, come back.
I didn't kick Guns of Barbecue either.
No, Guns of Barbecue always has wonky internet, and now that he's out of town. Moo says it wasn't him. I don't know. Do we got a fake Moo going? Impersonator. Wheeled and well armed.
That was probably Guns and Barbecue coming in as Moo.
Are you going to stay? Do you got internet? Nope. Not sure. Candace is talking about bolognas and sausage doctors. Not sure what's going on there, but
Notorious Dr. Sausage?
Don't leave me. How's it going? How's the tournament going?
Not too bad. I'm trying to get in here, but internet not good here.
Tournament of what? You
champions. Cooking? Wrestling. His daughter's wrestling.
Oh. I was going to say congratulations, but it's not over yet.
Caucasian Sasquatch.
One day.
Jet's out there. How's it going? Yeah, I figured we'd come on for an hour and diddle your time slot for a while.
No, I appreciate it. You still doing your show tonight at 1 a.m. your time?
Yeah.
God, that seems
nice.
So far in the distance. That's going to be fun.
It'll be here faster than you want.
Oh, I hope so.
Depending on how long you guys run with that, tonight, this morning, whatever you want to call it, I'll probably be able to catch the second hour of it if you go that long. Because we gotta
we'll
be
see
up
how long.
bright and early.
We'll see how long we can stand talking about it. So
Yeah.
may just get depressed and end it all. They're not. No, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. I meant end the chat.
That's the wrong thing to say after my chat earlier.
I misspoke.
He meant that I would kick him out and he would kick me out.
Hold on, what did I miss with Biden?
Terrace Smith's Kitchen. Howdy, howdy. Let's take. I'm going to end our poll. We'll take a look at how our lunch poll came out.
I'm guessing something without cheese lost.
So, Sub Sandwich won with 42%.
There you go.
Not too far behind it. Cheeseburger with 38%. Grilled cheese was 19%. Nobody voted for soup.
Do we blame them?
Not really. I do enjoy soup.
Soup's pretty awesome.
I like it with a bunch of crackers in it.
I mean, is it better than the cheeseburger? No.
No.
Yeah, you offer somebody their last meal, no one's going to be like, I want some soup.
Yeah. Unless it's... Yeah, no.
Ask for some dinosaur soup.
Yeah, I'd like some brontosaurus ribs. What? You don't have those? Oh, wait.
Oh, there was some scientists. I don't know if they were archaeologists or paleontologists, but had found a fairly intact mammoth, and they cooked up the meat and ate it.
Really?
Yep. That was probably like 20 years ago or so, at least.
Yeah.
20 years ago.
Well, I remember, 20 plus years ago, they found one that was like frozen solid, I mean, perfectly preserved. And they excavated the whole ice block that it was in and everything, and flew it off to Iceland into some ice cave there, and slowly unthawed it. And supposedly they were able to get DNA from the hair and whatnot. It was pretty gnarly.
Mandatory Carey is a Shirley Temple fan. Nobody knows Shirley Temple?
I used to think she was a midget.
No,
I didn't know she grew up.
She was a kid. She became an ambassador to the UN when she grew up.
I saw her in a John Wayne movie. I was like, what? Thought she was a midget. Of course, that's probably a slur. I'm not allowed to say midget, am I? What is the correct term?
Little person.
Before I get you kicked off YouTube?
No, little person is now offensive also.
Man. I didn't mean to be offensive. I tried my best.
I don't know what they can be called anymore without being it being offensive.
They? What do you mean by they?
I know that's offensive also.
Next thing you know, he's going to be saying "you people."
Gun websites is saying he heard they found a woolly mammoth, unthawed it, then made sausage from the tongue, and made woolly lingua.
Jesus.
Let's check back in with our chef correspondent and see how. Looks like it's getting spicy, so we'll check back later.
Wilden Waller says that Shirley Temple was an ambassador to Czech.
I got it wrong. I knew she was an ambassador. So let's get another poll going. So chit chat.
Mandatory carry. I have seen the language you use on your channel. I did read that comment.
I have seen a few, but normally I'm at work when he's doing his shows on Thursdays, so I don't get to.
You are free to do whatever you want on your channel, as YouTube intends.
And that can be very little, depending on how they feel that day.
See,
Only if you get the spotlight put on you.
You mean you're not always in the spotlight?
No. I doubt YouTube even knows who I am.
Oh, they know. YouTube knows all.
They probably know more than you think they know.
That's probably true.
when you think you know that they know more than you think they know.
It'd be nice if they could get me some answers.
Like the
To
winning
my
lottery
questions.
tickets?
Yep. I got a lot of questions.
I only got one. Give me those next winning lottery numbers so that I can be happy for a couple days.
I would just like to be left alone so we can have fun. All right,
From YouTube?
I got new question, new poll out there. Best dinner: steak, pasta, breakfast for dinner, or some sort of casserole.
What about surf and
That's
turf?
tough.
You didn't include mashed potatoes and hamburger gravy, so I'm going to say this poll is completely invalid.
What if I have a breakfast casserole? What do I pick?
You can answer however you wish.
Alrighty, guys, I got to split out of here. Thanks for doing this, boss. Appreciate it. I'll watch it in replay
Hey,
later.
thanks for checking in.
Yeah, you
Have
guys
a good night.
Have a good one.
Yeah, he couldn't handle the dinner question. It was too much for him.
He needs some mashed potatoes.
I think he was just pissed because I didn't put barbecue in there.
Doesn't barbecue fall under steak? Because, a good steak is barbecue, can be barbecued. I mean, but
Yes, steak doesn't tell you what cut of steak you got.
yeah, and it should probably be a blue chip steak.
Yeah, I guess since I've been kind of liberal with the choices. So if you want to consider it barbecue, all right.
I'm definitely doing breakfast for dinner.
Moose
Are there
says
any fancy people out there that put ketchup on their steak in the chat?
There better not be.
That is the best way to ruin a steak.
Our 45th president disagrees.
Well, the heathen doesn't know a good cut of meat.
When I had steak, I put a bunch of salt and pepper on it.
Stick a
Seasoning isn't
little bit
bad.
of butter on it. That's good.
If you season, that's fine. But you shouldn't need A1 steak sauce. You shouldn't need barbecue sauce. You shouldn't need ketchup. A steak should be able to stand on its own.
I don't think I've ever put anything on a steak other than my fork.
I also would only eat well done steaks, so my opinion on this probably isn't valid.
I used to eat well-done steaks with ketchup.
Oh, Lord. Were you dropped as a child on your head?
No, I was poor.
But exactly, Gizzard.
Iron Road, how's it going?
Haven't seen him in a long time. Good to see you.
Oh.
There you go. Like, what's it? Luke Wee has a good point.
I can understand his rage.
A good marinade is good though. Gets the outside super nice and tender.
I think I've only marinated venison.
I've done a marinade on carne asada.
Well, aren't you supposed to?
Yes, because of the type of meat it is. Yes.
Gunmetal Guy USA. Hey. Artak said he had steak tonight.
Yep. I'm not even going to comment with the comment I was going to say.
Yeah, the friend, the one whose wife made the menudo, he had steak for every dinner. Every dinner he had was steak.
He must have been really good at flossing.
Well, he was missing a bunch of teeth too.
He was missing teeth and he was eating steak every day?
Yeah.
That's rough.
That's dedication.
Oh, yeah.
Iron Road said if steak is too well done, then he'll pull out the ketchup. I would probably just use it to slap whoever cooked it.
Just a hunch. I think it's a kid thing. They don't want to eat anything bloody.
As long as it's warm. Yeah, and I'm not huge on steaks, so I couldn't tell you what the difference between one cut and another cut is. I just know that when I eat a good steak, I enjoy it. Wild Arm says he bought 4 New York steaks at Costco, covered them in olive oil, and froze them. Not a bad idea.
Wonder what's the olive oil for?
To keep them from getting freezer burn?
Huh.
Ozzy was saying grilled with mushrooms and whiskey. I really like grilled I love mushrooms, sauteed mushrooms, grilled mushrooms.
See, what he's not saying is you grill the mushrooms or saute the mushrooms and drink the whiskey. You don't waste the whiskey on, like, cooking.
Fed's dad is saying he has a buddy who grills fillers and calls them appetizer steaks. He serves them while the ribeyes are grilling. Steak on steak on steak.
I'd rather have a nice deep fried pierogi than a steak anyway.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of those, but they sound pretty good.
Oh, I think Wheel and Warm. I think he's saying that it keeps it from freezer burning by
Yeah.
using the olive oil.
But yeah, mix some ground chunk and garlic and onion, wrap it in dough and deep fry it. It's not healthy in the slightest, but it's good.
So Artak and daughters, his daughter made the steak so she can cook and she can beat his ass. He's the total package.
Okay, so Gunmetal Guy says, question: when doing steak, is it gas or charcoal? Well, you gotta have a define when you're saying charcoal, because a lot of people think using lighter fluid to start your charcoal and using like half the can of lighter fluid is the proper way of doing it. So if you have an actual like chimney and you're not using any lighter fluid at all, so you don't get that lighter fluid taste, that's the way to do it. And gas, no, because gas puts a flavor in the meat.
Hank Hill says with propane you taste the meat and not the heat.
No, you get the gas in the meat.
No, that's you. You're gassy.
I'd rather fry it, in a cast iron on a convection stove.
Same with me. You guys got cast iron?
Yes.
I refuse to cook with things other than cast iron.
My wife uses them. I have a nonstick pan. That's what I use for when I cook up hamburger or eggs.
I have nonstick pans. They wear out very quickly. I'd rather just cook something in the cast iron and
That's true. They do. And if you have an old cast iron pan that's been used, the longer it's used, the more nonstick it becomes. So if you've got like 100-year-old pan that's been used for 100 years, everything slides off.
Well,
as long as you
they're
take
like
care
a
of
goddamn mirror.
Yeah.
And like it also depends upon if it's been seasoned properly and keeps getting seasoned properly.
Oh,
And
yeah.
there's tutorials. I've seen tutorials where people will sand their new cast iron pans to kind of help them along.
If you're going to be doing sanding and buffing and all of that, might as well just get a rusty one from a yard sale and dunk it in a bath for a bit.
Yeah, there's people that do that too, restore old cast iron pans.
Get a real high quality pan for a few dollars.
So let me end our poll here. And as soon as it pops up, we'll see what we got. There we go. So steak won with 82%. Not surprising at all. Breakfast for dinner, 13%. Pasta, 4%. Nobody voted for casserole. Not very surprised. I'll say that. So let me go and we'll go check in with our chef correspondent one last time to see how things are going.
The boom is shooting. It's Vic the hoop. It's here the hoop. Here we do hoop. It's here the goop. It's here the hoop. It's here the hoop. It's here the hoop. Donut.
Kind of the old-fashioned way to make donuts.
Was that a semi-auto musket?
Yes, it was.
That
I
was
gotta
a
get one of those.
fully semi-automatic musket.
Yeah.
And New York Outcast has been looking for a Dutch oven, so anyone that can help him get Dutch ovened, he'd appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, that won't be me. I like you, Rob, but not that much.
Cast iron cooking equipment's just cool in general. I like those camping waffle irons. They have a holder to hold the waffle iron over charcoal. You can flip it.
I've only seen one of those once at a garage sale.
I've seen a company that makes them new, but they're pretty expensive.
So I'm going to put up one last poll, so chit chat.
Waffles or
I got nothing.
pancakes?
What was that? Waffles?
Waffles or pancakes?
Waffles. Unless it's a crepe.
Crepe. They're like a pancake, but unleavened and a little extra egg.
Something like that. They're pretty easy to make. G23, waffles or pancakes?
Depends on the situation.
You have to eat one for breakfast.
I mean, are we talking like pancakes? Are we talking flapjacks? Are we talking like $1 pancakes? Are we talking
Whatever you want.
Belgian waffles? I mean,
how about a German pancake while we're at it?
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the savory pancakes. So, new poll. Last poll. Best dessert. Ice cream. Closed up on me. Booze. Jello or cake?
This one's hard.
Yeah, the G-Webs is talking about the U.S.-made Dutch ovens. That's what Paul Harrell, his Thanksgiving special from a couple years ago, the what was it, 3 or 4 hour Dutch oven cooking video he did.
People like his cooking videos more than I think he realizes.
Is that the one where he deleted it the day after?
I don't think so. He made a edit it down to where it was like an hour and a half. He might have deleted that response video he did whoever was criticizing him. The hour-long response video.
That'd be a shame. That was a great video.
Oh, I should.
Remember
Yeah,
that guy's name.
I should have put
Not
pie.
trying to say
That
it,
was my mistake.
Pie.
Yeah, pie instead of Jello is what I should have done.
Yeah, who's that? Who has Jello for dessert?
I couldn't think of.
Is that a Utah thing?
Well, actually, what he was thinking is because he put booze and then he put Jello, so he was actually thinking of Jello shots.
I did think of that. John Brown Productions. Good to see you.
I didn't know John Brown was alive. Could have swore I heard a song about him.
Yeah, John Brown's been kicking around for a while. Pretty cool guy. And if you want to learn about militaria, surplus guns and stuff, he is very knowledgeable. I like cake and pie. I like cake more than pie, but I like them both. Oh, and the waffle or pancake, I pick waffles.
What's better, though? The best cake versus the best pie?
Cake.
Pie. I'm not a big frosting fan.
That's probably one of the best things I cook or make is it's a chocolate cake, and I'll either use raspberries or blackberry filling. It's really good.
So
Yeah. Top tip: when you make your fillings, don't make them super sweet. It'll be whether you make however you make it, whether you make a compote or it'll taste sweet on its own, but compared to the sweetness of the cake, it'll be just a little bit a sourness to it, and that mix of that sweet cake with that just a touch of sour is it gets your attention and it makes it really good.
So the best cakes out there do not have frosting on them. You got like Choco Flan, which is flan with chocolate cake on top. No frosting. That is very good. Or a good tres leche.
Fiend
Also
Dog saying
good.
cheesecake.
Come on. We all know carrot cake is the best cake. What are you talking about?
I had carrot cake yesterday.
Carrot cake is great as long as you don't have frosting on it. Or if you're gonna have frosting, it has to be like a very thin cream cheese frosting. But otherwise, it's becomes so super sweet. It just is just nasty.
Carrot cake doesn't get super sweet.
Were you the kid at the party that scraped all the frosting off onto the plate?
I was one that scraped it off onto the floor so the dog could have it.
Oh, man.
He didn't get invited to the party.
No.
Yeah.
Not
that's
next year.
Yeah, you wouldn't have even known because I made sure the dog was, there.
What if it was diabetic? You killed my dog.
Well, it's better than me getting diabetes because of you over, frosting your cake.
Carrot cake is vegetable.
I like a good lemon depression cake. Put some blueberry preserves on it.
Gunmetal guy is saying red velvet or go home. Red velvet is good, but it's no different than any other cake other than it's red. That's it. The red velvet doesn't.
He just
doesn't
ruined his
taste
life.
different. It's just red.
So, Candace, are you picking cake or pie?
I picked cake.
I can't make up my mind.
It was a hard decision.
I picked booze. It was just easier.
Yeah, I don't have that option.
Well, it depends. Is this a warm cake versus a warm pie? Or has this cake been sitting out a while?
Ugh. Or worse, they put it in the fridge.
If the cake isn't warm, I'm going to have to go pie, because the pie will be warm.
Funny thing, it's not even an option on the poll. Wonder whose fault that is. Jell-O. Who puts Jell-O?
I like
I
Jell-O.
forgot pie wasn't in the poll.
Yeah, right?
So's I made one mistake. I'm sorry.
Could have at least put Jell-O pie.
Because of that, ice cream's going to win. pie.
I like the taste of ice cream, but I can't have ice cream. It makes me extremely sick.
Are you lacto intolerant?
Yep.
Well, you could have. They have what? Sherbet,
Pills.
which isn't actual, but that falls under like
That's a
ice
lot.
cream.
It's probably more sugar than Candace would care for, though.
They have pills you can take, but I'm not sure if they work.
But they also have that lactate,
Yeah.
which you can make ice cream out of that.
Yeah, not even those pills work for me.
So I'll go ahead and end the poll.
We all know pie won.
So, ice cream won with 63%. Booze was number 2 with 21%. Cake, 15%. And Jell-O was 0%. I couldn't think of desserts. So I had pudding in there for a while until
Pudding would have been a better option than Jell-O. Because, I mean, you could have had a pudding pie.
Yeah, just watch out for that pudding salesman.
Chocolate mousse. That's good.
Yeah, it's fancy pudding.
It's better.
Could have had a pudding pop.
Fruit salad. I do like a good fruit salad.
I don't know. Rob talks about salads so much and eating salads all the time. I think he might have a salad problem.
So Tara's saying she'll probably won't have a cooking video next week. Son's taking a motorcycle class. Yeah, make a motorcycle video. That'd be cool. It's not that hard as long as you have okay balance. I got my license. I took it on Yamaha XS 1100. It was, God, a thing weighed a ton. You know, it was a bagger, so it had a fairing and bags. I passed on that.
What's the difference between OK balance and like WA balance or OR balance?
Not falling over at low speed balance.
Oh, I just thought you were talking about, like Oklahoma balance because you said OK.
LAHOMA, Oklahoma. My wife gets mad when I sing Oklahoma.
I'm gonna end up getting you in trouble with Oklahoma.
Yeah. Well, I did curse them a chat or two ago.
Well,
What'd they do?
You can always curse Oklahoma and still sing Oklahoma at the same time.
You don't remember when we were talking about the Sonics and the Oklahoma Chunder?
I vaguely remember.
The Oklahoma Sonics, as they were known for a year or two.
Yeah, so, well...
It's all coming back. We do a show together, don't we?
We do, and that's coming up 1 o'clock Pacific, 4 o'clock metric. We're going to talk. I put out a poll, and the majority wanted to talk about Russia. Russia.
And Ukraine.
Yes, so we will talk about the conflict in the Ukraine.
When does it go from a conflict to a war?
Well, it is pretty much a war. So,
are we sure it's not a police action?
No, it is not a police action. But that'll be coming up later. So if anybody's up at the god awful hour, come hang out with us. And do you have anything coming up, G23? You had a great chat today with Walk the Talk America and Mario Mosen. For anybody that missed that, why don't you let them know what happened?
We had about an hour and a half chat. I think it was a very good chat. And if you missed it, you should think about going and watching it. Very informative, I do believe. I think people might enjoy it.
And there were a lot of good links thrown out in the chat.
Yeah, this G23 guy seemed to be just piling those links. Yeah, Foss, you did a great job at throwing out those links, even though it registered as myself. And I do appreciate all the hard work that you did during the live stream. And I don't know, maybe this is the one to retire on.
No, you've had some good guests when you brought in guests to interview. You've had some really good chats. Just keep doing them. Is that you, Moo? Did Moo jump in at the last minute?
No.
Oh my Lord!
Yeah, it's a DJ masquerading as a barbecue for sure.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. It's Gats and Brats or Brats or however you say it. No, I just want to come in and give you a hard time.
Oh, no problem. Candace, are you ever going to start making videos?
I will at some point.
Drill a YouTube hole in that head and let some of that demon knowledge out.
Maybe.
Baron, anything coming up other than our chat?
Hospital visit. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
And DJ, thanks for jumping in at the 0 hour at the very last minute as we're closing up. Anything you want to promote? Shout out?
Sure. As a matter of fact, since I'm impersonating the barbecue beast, Wednesdays and Thursdays, I take that back. In the evenings on the T and the TH, and Wednesdays in the afternoon, you can catch Foss there. I'll be around. T-Mott is almost always a player in that game. And 2A Women Wednesday programs also pop up during that day, and maybe come back next week, same time, same station, and maybe it won't be a takeover, and barbecue will actually be here. Until then, everybody be safe, have fun, carry your guns, and rock. Thanks, Foss.
Yeah, I should have put a link to Barbecue's channel in the description. I don't think I did. But if I remember, I'll put one in the description later. Maybe, possibly. But hopefully everybody had some fun while we were taking up an hour of your time. Filling in for Guns and Barbecue, who is out of town, indisposed. Other than that, hopefully see you later if you're up. If not, everybody have a really good evening. Oop, I didn't have it. Where is it? There we go.
What you have seen here today, where there is fire, there is smoke. And in that smoke, from this day forward, my people will crouch and conspire and plot and plan for the inevitable day of